Hello all, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today in this particular video, we're going to be talking about another hyperparameter tuning library, that is HyperOpt. So we're going to be seeing the implementation of HyperOpt and we'll see what other things can be done with the HyperOpt. So let's just start. So before we start, let's just pip install the HyperOpt library. So let's just run it. And for the next step, we're going to be importing our data sets from a resource from the GitHub. So we are taking this as an resource, as an URL, and we are getting into the data frame. So for getting into data frame, we're going to be initializing a pandas library and sklearn library for the preprocessing steps. That is, we are taking here is label encoder, and we are taking train test split and cross value score from the sklearn library so that we can split and test and cross validation scores on it. So we have initialized this libraries from different sources, and we are taking these data sets from GitHub library, and we are converting it into the data frame. And now we're taking these data frames into the independent and dependent variable. That is, independent variable is x and dependent variable is y. So that is nothing but the input and the output variables. And we are converting the independent variable into the float type, and we are converting the dependent variable into the format of label encoding, and we are giving some kind of random values to the different target variables. So here we are doing it in that, and we are transforming it into the str format. And then at the final step, we are splitting it into the train and test split. So here we have given the test side is equal to 0.33, that is 30% will be the test data set, and rest of the percent will be the train data set. So this is what we have done and splitted the data into train and test. So let's just run it. And in the next cell, we're going to be seeing the few of the data set from the X train and Y train. So let's just print it. So these are the X train values which we have converted into the float format, and this is the Y train values which we have converted into label encoder, and then we have converted into the string format. So this is all the steps of encoding and has been done, and it has been taken care over here. Now the main step is to hyper tune it. So for hyper tuning it, here comes the importance of HyperOpt. So from HyperOpt library, we are importing HP, fmin, and TPE trials and status OK. So from HyperOpt, we are importing HP. That means it is used for the HP is used for making some kind of functions for making the choices of the data, like uniform choices, integer choice, real choice. So such kind of data can be used, or such kind of functions can be used from HP functions. And we are using f minimum so that we can minimize our objective function. And we are using TP. So TP is nothing but a Bayesian hyper optimization algorithm which gonna be working behind the HyperOpt. So we are using here as TP, and we have imported trials as well. So the number of trials we gonna be doing it on HyperOpt. So we have to import it from HyperOpt, and we are getting status OK as well from HyperOpt. So after importing these things from HyperOpt, so now the next step is to create a space where we can mention our hyperparameters with different kind of range, and so that we can give it to the our model classifier. So right now I'm going to be using a random classifier for training the model, and so we're going to be using its parameters over here to define the space in here. So we're going to be using its hyperparameters. So let's just define the space first. So the space is defined in form of dictionary, like how we used to create in random search cv or grid search cv. So for likewise we're going to be creating here, and inside the dictionary we're going to be mentioning the name of that parameters which we're going to be using in our model. So in random classifier we have a parameter like criterion. So we're going to be using its name like criterion and giving it as a key. And the next as a value we're going to be giving the values inside what it can take, like entropy and gaining. So we are mentioning hp dot choice. That is nothing but we are taking the method from the hp function, so that is choice, and we are giving the name of that particular parameter and what are the choices it can take, like entropy or gaining. So this is what we have mentioned inside it. And similarly we have taken max depth as a parameter and defined it under the hp uniform function, and taking a certain range, that is lowest value is 10 and the max value it can goes up to 1200 with taking q as an number. So this is what it is doing over here. So, and max feature, we are taking the max feature parameters, and similarly we have defined its parameters and within the hp dot choice. So this is how we have defined each and every parameters inside and space inside the dictionary, and we have created the space. So let's just run it. So this has been executed. So now the next step is to create a objective function, so where we can optimize it, where we can minimize that function. So in the objective functions, we have always seen that we have to first define a particular model that we're going to be using it. So we are using here as a random forest classifier, so we'll use that model inside our objective functions. And now after creating the model inside the objective functions, so we will take that model and fit that model into the train and test data set. And so this is what we're going to do in the objective function. So let us see what we're going to be doing here. So we have taken objective function and defined it here, and we are importing random forest classifier in it, and we are taking the parameters of random forest classifier, and we are taking those parameters from the dictionary which we have created above. So these are the dictionary, and it has stored in the space variable. So from the space variable we are taking the criterion. So this is the criterion which we are going to be taking, and from this it's going to make choices. So it is taking all those kind of parameters in here, and similarly all kind of hyperparameters are being considered from the space dictionary which we have inputted before. So this is what it is doing now. So now this next step is to use this model on the train data set. So here we are taking crosswell score, so and mentioning crosswell integer as 4. So it is taking 4 crosswell score, it is taking model as well and putting on the trained data set. So this is what it is doing over here, and at the final stage after calculating, it will be calculating the mean of the accuracies, and it will be storing in the accuracy variable. So now at the final step, it will return the accuracy and status. So let's just run it. So this is how the objective function has been defined over here, and this is how a normal procedure happens. So initially we create a space of hyperparameters, and then we define the objective function to minimize it. The next step is the minimization of that objective function which we have created. So the next step is we'll define the trials, that what are the number of trials we're going to be doing it. We are using it over here. So we are importing the trials and storing in the trials variable. And now we are using the function minimum function, that is fmin function. So here we're going to be defining our objective function which we have created over here, and the space dictionary, so which we have created over here, which consists of all the hyperparameters, and what kind of algorithm we are going to be using. So right now we're going to be using a tp.suggest, because we are using a tp algorithm, that is tree Parsian estimator algorithm over here. And next we're going to be taking max evaluation as 80. So it will be taking 80 evaluation trials, and it will be calculating on the basis of 80 evaluation. So it's nothing, it's, if you have been exposed to deep learning, so you must have been exposed to the epochs as well. So it's kind of a epoch. So this max underscore evals is kind of a epoch which is working over here. And at the end we're going to be mentioning trials in the trial parameter. So this is what minimization of function looks like. So we'll run this and we'll see the execution of the whole hyper optimization and how it optimized the function in a better way, and we'll see the best parameters which it has selected over here. So it might take a few seconds, so let's just wait. So the execution of this has been done, and now you can see all the best parameters you can see over here with all the better accuracy also. So the accuracy which has been predicted over here is with 82%. So now with that accuracy, we are taking these parameters over here, and finally we can use these parameters in our actual classifier, and we can get it train the model in a better way. So this is all about this video, and hope you liked it. Hope you like the content of this video. So if you like the content of the video and effort to explain this optimization library, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you.